Please subscribe to Bear Nerd Fun. Smash the like button. Goodbye.
Hail to all. We do not need. Hail to all. Now come on, Hollywood. Stop smelling your own farts. You might get mistaken for arse sniffers. Remember, when you go woke, you go broke. Hail to Fandom Menace. Hail to all, this is Bear Nerd Fun. And just as I was gonna just shut the computer off, this popped up. The Mandalorian already feels more like Star Wars than any of Disney's sequels. There's The Mandalorian. Only 2 episodes in, and The Mandalorian already feels more authentic, more Star Wars, more than any of the Disney Star Wars sequels. Disney made a mistake from the very beginning by placing the dark side back in a position of overwhelming authority, casually erasing Luke's massive victory, reverting the rebellion back to plucky underdogs, and then echoing the structure of the original trilogy with a gold corporate glaze of fan service slicked over the surface. Rogue One had its moments, even Solo was fun at times, but generally the new films has felt like an attempt to recreate fond memories rather than using the vast Star Wars universe to create new ones. The origin story of the Death Star, then Han Solo, the introduction of even bigger Death Star, another dark First Light conflict orchestrated by Emperor Palpatine. Obsessing over nostalgia isn't how you move a franchise forward. Thankfully, a planned Boba Fett spin-off was killed and replaced by The Mandalorian, a spaghetti western set in a galaxy far, far away without a whiff of exposition, barely any dialogue or detail. The show has somehow recreated the tone of classic Star Wars without a single lightsaber. The show isn't perfect. A masked protagonist whose clunky headgear seems unsuitable to navigate a tight corridor, let alone a gunfight, isn't easy to emphasize with, but even the ridiculous detail is authentic to the universe where armor designers prioritize form over function. The Mandalorian is slightly darker than what we're used to, yet undeniably goofy, packed with a particular creature's gunfire fights that end in disintegrations and environments that feel like Ralph McQuire concept art brought to life. Pedro Pascal's Mando isn't saving the galaxy, but merely trying to survive in the aftermath of the Empire's collapse, thriving in the unsavory criminal underworld, essentially living without the fantasies conjured by the iconic Mos Eisley Cantina scene. Han Solo has been permanently neutered at this point, shooting Greedo second Solo, revealing his younger self to be somehow less exciting than his original edgy incarnation. But now, we have a new gunslinger with a hidden heart of gold, and he's shining a light on the gritty, sleazy side of the galaxy. Darkness, I think, has always been integral to Star Wars to me. The original trilogy depicts the Jedi as a sole, honorable knights in a cruel, corrupt universe rife with slavery and exploitation. The Disney films have steadily moved away from that lawless galaxy of dilapidated ships, smuggling, skirmishes, ignoring the most unsavory implications of George Lucas' creation. Well, they did that weird casino war profiteering thing, but we don't need to discuss that. Star Wars needed to evolve without losing sight of its identity, and the Mandalorian gives us the world packed full of surprise, yet feels deeply familiar. Saving the galaxy should be a less common occurrence in this franchise, and television offers an opportunity to tell small-scale stories that explore the nooks and crannies of the sprawling, imaginative universe. Hopefully, The Mandalorian is the beginning of a new creative direction for Star Wars rather than a one-off. Well, we'll see. I think you're a little bit too optimistic. A little bit too optimistic. Hail to the Fandom Menace. Now come on, Hollywood. Stop smelling your own farts. You might get mistaken for arse sniffers. Remember, when you go woke, you go broke.
Please subscribe to Bear Nerd Fun. Smash the like button. Goodbye.
Say hello. Hello. Say hello. Say nerd fun. Nerd fun. Nerd fun. Say goodbye. Goodbye. Hail.